Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the flyweight bout between Alex Perez and Charles Johnson. And how do I feel about this one right here is I'll go average confidence Charles Johnson to beat Alex Perez. So yeah, Perez is a solid fighter, but I think his best days are behind him. And I think Charles Johnson, I do think that he has potential to have some very bright days in his future. Not saying he's no future champion or nothing, but I do think that he can possibly find his way to a title shot, to be honest, especially if Van stays the champ. I think he could possibly find himself to a title shot and maybe two fights even. Like, great performance here. Then maybe get a Roy Val fight or something and pull off upset there, or one of those type of matchups like that. Somewhere around the rankings. And somebody getting injured, I can see him getting a title shot in like two fights. So this fight and another one, two big performances, I can see that happen. Especially Van state champion. But yeah, because he beat Van. He's Van's last loss. And Van is the champion. So people they love to make matches like that when they get a chance to try to avenge one of their losses. So, and I think Dr. Van being the guy he is, I think he will want that matchup again so he could get his vengeance or a chance to get his vengeance. But nonetheless, against Perez at one point was one of the bigger flyweights, but flyweights have continued to get bigger. And Johnson is the much bigger man here, where at one point Perez was this weight bully. Perez should have the offensive wrestling advantage, but at this point in his career, I don't think his offensive wrestling has been that great, and he's not that size bully he was like 5, 6, 7 years ago. So Johnson will be bigger. I think Johnson's wrestling has improved, so I think he'll be able to address the wrestling of Perez. If you guys think Johnson's the much sharper striker, much better fundamental boxer, and then also having that length and size and momentum that he has, I think he'll be able to outstrike Perez. And I'll look at a third round TKO. I think Johnson's more of a decisionator, but I can see a third round TKO here. If with Perez struggling to find his path to victory here, probably struggling to get those takedowns, or maybe struggling to get the takedown and hold it down. Again, like he's not gonna be able to do so much. Like he's not gonna be able to try to land as many shots as he want to land. If he does get a takedown, probably have to do a lot of work to get the takedown. Then probably struggle as hard as to hold the takedown, and just again wear his arms out. And then it'd be like, oh, it might have won him a round. It might have made a round kind of a toss-up. But then it would leave you in the third round, your arms tired, breathing heavy, and you're in there with a sharpshooter like Johnson, who has the reach, who has the boxing ability, who has the edge in that reach, and you just kind of a sitting target at points. Either just diving for ankles or backing up, mouth breathing, getting dug to the body, getting touched up top, and not fully able to finish up. And now you're exhausted. You burned your arms out. You exhausted your gas tank trying to just go for the smother approach, but you didn't really have the ability to take down, control, land clean ground and pound set of submissions, effectively. You was just like holding on for dear life or something like that. But anyway, I see a third round TKO for Charles Johnson. I think he'll be the sharper striker. I think he'll be able to address the grappling. We're on Perez over the course of the fight and then put him away in the third round. So in this one, I got Charles Johnson via third round TKO.